Okay. So last time we were doing this, the problem based on this composition and max product composition, max mean composition. So whether this problem we have solved. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. So whether this problem is solved.
No, sir.
Okay. So write down this problem and solve it. So it's fuzzy set A equal to zero point 0.2 upon Ls plus 0.5 upon Ms plus 0.7 upon Hs. Then B is 0.1 upon Pe, then 0.55 upon Ze plus 0.85 upon Ne. So first find R equal to A cross B. Second, introducing a fuzzy set C given by C equal to 0.25 upon Ls plus 0.5 upon Ms plus 0.75 upon Hs. So find S equal to B cross C. Then C equal to C is find COS using max min composition. Then D part is find COR using max min composition. Then the last one is find COR using max product composition. हॅलो. हां तिकडे ठेवून द्या गेटवर वॉचमॅनकडे. या. You can put the answer in chat box so that everybody can see.
Sir,
Yeah.
I have a doubt in the C part, the
Mm-hmm.
question COS.
Mm-hmm.
सर सी के पैरामीटर्स है एल एस एम एस और एच एस
Can you
और जो
share
आर
your screen, Archana, so that I can see?
सर
Possible?
आई हैव written down in my notebook so I have to take a photo then only I can share. So just give
Okay.
me okay, otherwise just give me a minute.
Yeah. Or if you can mail me, whether it's possible for you,
So I've sent it to
or you
you
can
on
WhatsApp me.
WhatsApp. Yes, sir, I've
Okay.
sent it
Okay.
to you on WhatsApp.
Okay. I'll just say. So what is your doubt, Archana?
So my doubt is the parameters of C are LS, MS, and HS, while the
Okay.
parameters of R are uh, sorry, the parameters of S are the row parameters of S are PE, ZE, and NE. So how
Okay.
will we be combining them and performing the max-min composition?
It's
Because
about set and that particular thing. It's
yes,
not
sir,
about
yes,
both the relationship.
yes, sir, I get it. But at least the parameters of C and the rows of S should match, na, to perform max-min composition.
No, see, for a set, you don't look no in that particular angle.
Okay, sir.
Okay, with the set, you never look in that particular angle. Just is you are supposed to match with the number of rows and columns should match. That's it. You should be able to do. That's why
Okay,
we never write those parameters. Okay, because
okay,
only one row we will get.
okay, sir. That was my doubt. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So yesterday I got one message from one of our student, Soham Khoth. I don't know whether all of you are knowing him or not. Whether you know him, anybody? Soham Khoth from this
Yes, sir.
2019-20 batch only.
Yes, sir. We
So
know.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
he got 10 lakh package, and the company is browserstack.com. Is there in the Goregaon. So he messaged me. So one more person is there, Abhishek Ghoshal. He also got the same kind of package, and he the Soham Khota also started working, okay, from home. So he already joined.
Sir,
Done? Yeah.
could you solve the third sum a little bit just to give me a head start? I'm a little bit confused.
C part.
Yeah.
Okay, so Archana has sent me. I'll just write that. Okay, and then try to solve. Just wait. Okay, so we have to determine C, and this is circle. Okay, so max min composition with relation S. So first write the C part and then that relation matrix. Okay. So if you observe the C is what? It's 0.25, 0.5 and 0.75. Okay. So let's write that 0.25, then 0.5 and then 0.75. Okay. Then here 0.1, again 0.1, then 0.1, 0.25, 0.25, right? 0.5, 0.5, and here 0.55, 0.75. So in this case, what we will do? So the first one is the set. Okay, first one is the set, and second is what? A relation, right? If you see here, this is 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 row and 3 columns. Okay, and this is 3 by 3. So this will result in 1 by 3, 1 by 3 matrix. What we have to do? We have to take this entire row, and first we will compare with this particular. Okay, so this is max mean composition, max mean. So first of all, we will take the mean value. Okay, first always we will determine the mean value, and then we will determine the max value. So for example, 0.25, 0.1. What is mean value? 0.1. Then 0.5, 0.25, minimum is what? 0.25. Then 0.75, 0.25, minimum is what? 0.25. Now out of these three, what is the max value? It's 0.25. So I'll write over here. Then again, this row will get compared with the next column, this column. So if you see here 0.25, 0.1, okay. So minimum is what? 0.1. So I'm writing over here 0.1. Then 0.5, 0.5. So it's 0.5. And next is what? 0.75, 0.5. 0.5. Out of these, 0.5 is max. So I'll write over here. Okay. Similarly, 0.75, 0.1. So 0.1 will be minimum, 0.75, 0.55, 0.55 will be minimum, 0.75, 0.75, 0.75 will be minimum. Out of this, 0.75 will be max. So I'll write over here. Whether this is clear now? All of you, this is clear? So basically, you have to write that particular set first and then the matrix, and then you compare and get the answer. Is this clear now? So should we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Write this problem. Two relations are defined as R equal to is given A1, A2, A3, A4, and column is B1, B2, B3, B4.
Sir, I got disconnected to my Wi-Fi, so I just missed what you said. Could you just repeat?
You didn't see what I explained?
No, sir, I got disconnected.
Okay, okay. So basically, I was explaining. Wait. So this is what I've written. So first is a set, okay? First is set, and then the second is relationship matrix. So for the set part, I've written this 0.25, 0.5, and 0.75 if you see the numerator values of C set. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So C part is 0.25, 0.5, and 0.75 if you see the C set. This is a C set. So 0.25, 0.5, and 0.75 I've written. Then the matrix which we got, that S matrix, okay, that I have written over here. So if you see the dimension, the first one is 1 by 3 and the second one is 3 by 3. Now what I have to do, so the answer will be 1 by 3, okay, 1 by 3. So what I have to do, I have to take this entire row and I'll have to compare with the first column, then second column, and then the third column, okay. So what I'm doing, I'm first comparing with the first column. This is max mean composition, okay, max mean composition. So first of all, I will have to find out minimum value and then the max value. First minimum value and then the max value. So this first row and first column I am comparing. So if you compare 0.25 with 0.1, first get the minimum value. So 0.25 compared with 0.1, 0.1 is minimum, 0.5, 0.25, 0.25 is minimum, then 0.75, 0.25, 0.25 is minimum. Now out of these three, which is the max value? Max value is 0.5, 0.25. So I'm writing over here.
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, okay, thanks. So now write the next problem. Two relations are defined as A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, B4, and the matrix is given. It's 4 by 4. Written, this is completed.
No, sir, just a minute. Sir, done.
Okay. Now write this. S is given. A1, A2, A3, A4, and two columns are there, V1 and V2. And it's telling find relation T equal to R transpose OS. So that means R transpose with S, max mean composition. First with the max mean composition, second with max product composition. So basically, you have to find out the relationship between R transpose and S by using first max-min composition and second max product composition. If you see here the symbols, they have used directly the hollow circle, which is normally used for max-min composition, and for max product composition, we use filled circle.
So should we take transpose of matrix R?
Yes, yes. So transpose means whatever rows are there, that will become the column. So your entire thing will change. Okay, this first row will become the column. Okay, then second row will become the column. So your B1, B2, B3 will come here, A1, A2, A3, A4 will go there. Okay.
Sir, could you solve this sum and show us, please,
Okay.
if possible?
Yeah, so I'll just write. अर्चना मेरे को जरा पिक भेजना.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I'll have to write. Just wait. There is one option. Okay. Yeah, this one is there. So I have to first find T equal to R transpose S. So first write the transpose of the first matrix. Okay. So if you take the transpose, if you see the matrix, it's A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, B4. So when we take the transpose, rows will become the columns, right? So for example, this first row will become the column. So first row is 0.1, 0.2, 0.2, and 0. So let's write that. So it will become 1, 0.2, 0.3, 0. So this is what A1. Similarly, if you see the next row is what 0.2, 0.4, 0.5, and 0.6, that is A2. And this is column. So now column will become what? Row. If you see here, this one I will write B1. Then the next one will become what? 0.2, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. Okay. Similarly, 0.3, this is A2, this is B2, B3, B4. So 0.3, 0.4, 0.6, 0.9, A3, A4 is your 0, 0.2, 0.9, and 1. 4x4 matrix. And the next one is your S matrix. So S matrix is a V1 and V2. 1, 1, 0.5, 0.5, and then 0.5, 0.4. This is 1, 1 and 1. Okay. So what you have to do, and these are what rows: A1, A2, A3, A4, right? So if you see here clearly, this is common. Okay, I will remove this. So your next, the resultant matrix will be what? Your B1, B2, B3, and B4. Okay? And here your V1 and V2 will come. Now you take the first row, you take this first row compared with this first column. Okay, compared with the first column. So if you try to compare 1 compared with 1, minimum is what? 1. 0.2 compared with 1, 0.2. Then 0.3 compared with 0.5, 0.3. Then 0 compared with 0.5, so 0. Out of this, which is the max value, it's 0.3. So 0.3 will come. Wait, 1 is there.
So max value 1.
Sorry, 1 is there. So 1 will come over here. Okay. Similarly, you compare this row with the second column. Okay. And then get the value, and that value you write over here. So that you will get 0.5. So like this, you fill this entire matrix. Clear?
Okay, sir. Yes,
Now
sir.
after
Thank
that,
you.
yeah, next part also you want?
No, sir. Next part I know.
Okay,
I just confused a little in this what parameters to take.
okay, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Completed, all of you? Done, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, write next question. Explain different types of fuzzy sets. Explain different types of fuzzy sets. Explain different types of fuzzy sets. So this question normally they ask for 5 marks, okay, 5 or 10 marks. Explain different types of fuzzy sets. Important question. So there are 4 different types of fuzzy sets. First one is increasing fuzzy set. Second is decreasing fuzzy set. Third is convex, and fourth is non-convex. Third is convex, convex, and fourth is non-convex. First one is increasing, second decreasing, third convex, and fourth is non-convex. So if you see the first one, it's an increasing fuzzy set. Increasing fuzzy sets means what? If you see here till this particular point, so this is an example of temperature. So if we say hot temperature, so let's say till 15 to 40, it will be a warm, but after that we will consider it as what? Hot. So it doesn't matter, you go on towards the higher temperature, the water will be hot only. Okay, so temperature will go on. I mean the water will be what? The hot only. So we can plot like this, and we can give the example of hot temperature. Okay, it's not cold, warm, and hot. It's only hot temperature. So after this, the water will be hot only. So this is the increasing fuzzy set example. So how you will write the answer? You will write the answer in the same way. Okay, you don't have to write anything. Simply you just label the increasing fuzzy set, give the example. Okay, and just in this particular example, what is example? Is hot temperature. That's it.
So, sir, we don't write any explanation. We just give these examples, right?
Right,
Draw and
right. If you want, you
okay,
can write. Otherwise, it's not required. Okay,
okay,
it's
sir.
enough. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So whether first one is completed. All of you completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next one is the decreasing example. So we can give the example of cold temperature. So if you see, I'm assuming that before till 15 it's cold, but after that it will become warm and then hot. So this is an example of cold temperature, and this is example of decreasing fuzzy set. Decreasing fuzzy set. If you see the next one, it's a convex fuzzy set. So in convex fuzzy set, this is example warm temperature. So I'm assuming that warm temperature is warm between 25 to 30 degrees centigrade. It's up to you, whatever you want to put over there. But I'm assuming from 25 to 30. And before that, it's a cold, and after that, it will become hot. Okay. So this is basically a trapezoidal shape. One thing you will have to remember, there should not be any deep. Okay. There should not be any deep. For example, it should not be a wave kind of thing. Okay. So membership doesn't contain any dip. It has only one peak. So there is only one peak. So remember, for convex fuzzy set, there has to be only one peak. Okay, there should not be any dip.
So what do you mean when you say peak deep?
Just a minute, I'll show you. Okay. So if I say deep, first of all, just see this is a convex. Okay, this is a convex because there is only one peak. But if I say like this, so there is no single peak. Okay, this is one peak, second peak, right? Third peak. So there is a deep and up is there, right? So this is deep I'm talking about. This is a deep. So there, for convex, there has to be only one peak. Okay. For example, if we consider this trapezoidal, so there is only one peak. This is only one peak. There is no deep is there. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Completed? Okay, so this is the next one, non-convex. So if you see here, will be, which I gave you the example. Here we are having the peak and deep and then again peak. Okay. So normally this kind of chart you see many places you see, but most common example is your share market. Okay, where the stock prices will move up and down, right? And then you will see this kind of peak and deep, right? If you want to see, I'll just show you. For example, so let's check the chart of any stock. So there are many companies are there. So I'll just check. Yeah. Let's check the Bajaj Finance. I don't know whether all of you know this, or let's take the Infi chart. It's taking time. anyway. So Bajaj is there. Yeah. Just wait. Okay. If you see, this is one chart. So normally, for our interest point of view, this is a chart of one stock. Okay. If you see, this is going up, down, up, down. This kind of structure is there. So this is what non-convex, right? So this is a real example. So many people, what they do, okay, many people what they do, they try to predict. For example, suppose you are doing any project, so they try to predict the prices of the stock. Okay, for example, if you see today, no, this Bajaj Finance has increased by 70-80 points. So they, by using the machine learning, they try to predict what will be the closing point for today's, no, for today. Okay, based on the past data. So if you are able to predict properly, okay, accurately, it's not possible 100% accurate. Even though if you are able to do 50%, 40%, then also you can earn a huge amount of money. So if you are able to predict properly, then no, I mean, you will be the richest person of the world. Okay. So people try to develop the software, and they try to predict based on the past data what will be the today's close price or the future price of that particular stock, and they try to analyze these charts and all. Okay. So this is the example of that one. Whether completed, all of you? Are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this also you can write membership function contains deep or has more than one peak. Okay, membership function contains deep or has more than one peak. Okay, after this write one question. Explain different types of this is for 10 marks. Explain different types of standard fuzzy membership functions. 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 Now, the previous question was explain different types of fuzzy sets. Okay, explain different types of fuzzy set, and this question is explain different types of standard fuzzy membership function. Please remember this. Most of the people, what they do in the exam, this question is asked, they will write the first wala part because that is a simpler part. They will remember that thing. So just remember there is a difference. This is what standard fuzzy membership function. That question is different types of fuzzy sets. Okay, different types of fuzzy sets. Now here we are having different types of standard fuzzy membership functions available. So for example, the first one is L function. Okay, the first one is called as L function. Why it is called L function? Because it looks like L shape. That's it. This is L shape. So L function is like this from 1. So I have marked 2 points A and B. So till 1, till A it's 1. Then after that's decreasing. Okay, from this particular point it's decreasing. So the below point is B. Now in this particular question, what you have to do, you have to draw the graph, and then you are supposed to write the equation for that particular graph. So the first you will draw this particular graph, and then you will write the equation. So the equation for first line, this line is what? It's a parallel line. Okay, parallel line to x-axis. So the equation will be y equal to constant, right? So that's why if you see y equal to constant, that is 1. So 1 is there, or you can look in this particular direction till A. So till value of x is less than equal to A, its line value is what? 1. So that is written over there. Then after that, when the value of x is between A and B, when the value of x is between A and B, then what will be the equation? So for this kind of equation, I have already taught you that if this is a decreasing line or increasing line, you will have to first identify it. Okay, and then you can directly write the equation. So this line is what? A decreasing line, right? The variable is what? X. The below point is what? B. So if it is a decreasing line, see that particular point, that below point, that is a B. Subtract from that variable. Okay, so B minus X. Variable is what? X. The below point is what? B. So I am saying B minus X divided by what is the range of this particular line? So the range is what? A to B. So I am saying B minus A divided by B minus A, where X is between A and less than equal to B. If you want to calculate and then determine the equation for this particular line, then obviously you will have to mark both the points of this particular line, and then by using 2-point form you can determine the equation of this particular line. So if you want to mark this point, this will be B comma 0, and this point will be what? A comma 1. Okay, A is your x-axis point, A comma y-axis point is what? 1. So A comma 1. Once you got these 2 points, you can determine the equation for this line, and you can represent it in terms of x equal to, okay, y equal to, sorry, and then you will get this particular equation. So we have solved this particular question, okay, already. And the method which I am telling, this is direct method, okay, that is a shortcut. So you will have to just identify whether this line is increasing or it's a decreasing. If this is a decreasing line, then just see the below point, subtract from that particular point the variable name. So the variable name is over here is what? X, b minus x divided by the range of the line, that is b minus a. So this is the second part. And after b, the value is what? 0. So when x is greater than b, the value is what? 0. So we have drawn the graph and then we have written the equation. So this is the first function, that is L function.
So next,
Yeah. So this is a t function. Next, second is t function. So if you see here t function, we are having 2 points A, B. Okay, from A to B, this is increasing. Then after that, the line is like this, the constant. Okay, so it's a t kind of shape. That's why this function name is what? T function. Okay, so let's write the equation for this particular t function. So if we see when the x value is less than or equal to a, less than equal to a, so I am saying it's 0. Okay, then if the value of x is between a and b, then between a and b, this is the line, right? So this line is what? Increasing line. From a to b, it's increasing. Now we have to write the equation for this particular line. So in the previous case, the first problem, that line was decreasing line. Here it's increasing line. So if there is an increasing line, what you have to do? You take that variable. Okay, that variable. So here variable name is what? X. Subtract from that variable that below point. So x minus a divided by till what range that line is there. So the range is what? B minus a. Okay, till a to b, that line is there. So I'm subtracting b minus a. So subtract from that variable name x minus a divided by b minus a. And between where? When the x value is between a and b, right? One thing you remember, for example, here I have taken till less than equal to a. So you take here greater than a. Similarly, here I have included x is less than equal to b. To the second point, we just take x greater than b. Okay. So if x is greater than b, it will be constant only. So forever it will be 1. So that's why the value is what? 1. Okay. Next, if we see, it's a triangular function. So triangular function will have the triangle shape. So if you see, the shape is what? Triangular. Now, if you want to write the equation for the lines, so the equation for this triangular shape will be what? Increasing line, and then there is a decreasing line, right? So first we will have to write the equation for this particular line, increasing line, and then for the decreasing line. If you see the increasing line, it's the line between this A to B range, and the next line is there, decreasing line is there between B to C range. So let's first write, if the x value is less than equal to A, then I'm saying it's 0. But if x is between A and B, so if x is between A and B, then this line is there. So let's write the equation for this particular line. This is the increasing line. So I told you, whenever it's an increasing line, see that variable name. That variable name is what? X. Okay. Whatever variable name is there. So if there is x, I'm saying x minus a divided by b minus a. That particular range. X minus a divided by b minus a. If you want, you can determine by using 2-point form, and you will get the same equation. So x minus a divided by b minus a. This is x. Similarly, the next line is what? A decreasing line. So whenever it's a decreasing line, see that below point C is there, right? So subtract from that below point that variable name. So C minus x divided by C minus b, this range. Till what that range, line is there. So till B to C, that line is there. So I'm trying to find out that difference, C minus b. And the limits are what? Limits are when the x is between B and C. And last point is not, okay, it's there. So it's 0 when x is greater than C. Okay, last point. Finished? Finished, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next function is trapezoidal function. Okay, trapezoidal function. So write that. First draw it. So it's A, B, C, D. 4 points are there. A to B, then C, and then D is there. Okay. Draw this, and then we will have to write the equation for each and every line. So if you want, you can try from by yourself, okay? Though the answer is over here only, but try to write by yourself. See whether you are able to write the equation or not. If you're not able to write, then it's there, answer is there, and I will also explain. But try to write by your own. There is one line increasing line, this is decreasing line, and there is one constant line. If you're able to write this, then that means you understood how to write the equation. So the first line is increasing line. Okay, before that, if x is less than a, then there's 0. Okay, and in between a and to b, so this is a range, a to b range, there is an increasing line. So this is increasing line. Whenever there is increasing line, subtract from that variable. So just mark over here x. This is the x-axis. You can mark x. Then the equation for this particular line will be x minus a divided by b minus a, and you can write the limit x is in between a and less than equal to b. Then there is a line, one constant parallel line is there, right? So this is the straight away equal to 1, right? And the limits are b to c. Then the next line is there, that is a decreasing line. So if there is a decreasing line, you can subtract from this particular point that variable name. So d minus x divided by d minus c. And the limits will be what? X is between c and d, less than equal to d. And when x is greater than d, the value will be what? 0. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next is Gaussian function. Now here no logic we'll be able to use. So you will have to remember this, because this is not a straight line. Okay, it's a curve. So remember, there will be no one term will be there in terms of a square, right? And this kind of equation they determine by experimental setup. They keep on putting the values, and then they try to find out the final value, and then depending on that they try to plot the graph. So for this Gaussian function, you can just remember this, and many of the times you might have come across this kind of equation, like it's e raised to minus 1 by 2 x minus c upon sigma the whole square. The equation is like this. One example is given Gaussian of that variable x comma 50 and then 20. So there is a c value is there, that is 50, and then there is a Gaussian is there, so that is 20. 20
So this
sigma
is
is there, sorry, that is 20.
so this is the
Yeah.
fifth type of membership function or sixth?
Okay. Okay. So there is a fifth type. Okay, we'll take it. Okay, let's take this one first. ZF function. Okay, write the fifth one, ZS function. So this is also called a S function or S curve, because this will look like S shape. Okay, this will look like S shape. So the fifth one is ZS function. So if you see here, three values are there, A, B, and C. So till this particular till point, A to B, and then after that B to C, right? Now again, for this one also we'll have to remember the equation. So when the cause is coming, then you will have to remember the equation. Otherwise, till this thing, till lines and all, we'll be able to write. So that's why while solving the problem, most of the time, that means always we normally take the lines and all. Okay, trapezoidal or lines or triangular functions, so that we'll be able to solve it easily. So when we will go for the controller design problem, there also we'll be taking the triangular kind of function, so that writing the equation for lines will become much easier for us. So here, what I'm saying, f of x equal to 0 when x is less than equal to a. So before that, I'm saying this is 0, and when x is between a and b. So for this particular curve, so this is a curve, there will be some term like x square kind of term will be there. So if this is this particular curve, so I'm saying this is what. So what you can do in this also, you can just remember. I mean, it's not correct. Okay, it's not correct. Just I'm giving one clue for remembering. That's it. So you can just see this is also a kind of increasing line. Okay. So what you can do, you can subtract from that particular variable the final variable. Okay. So I'm assuming that this is x. So x minus a divided by subtract from the whole, not till here, subtract from the whole. So c minus a. Okay. So just for your remembering purpose, it's not correct. So the final, the external parameter is what, 2 into x minus a divided by c minus a the whole square. So the square kind of term will be there because this is a curve shape. 2 into x minus a divided by c minus a square. Then the next line is there from b to c, not line, the curve b to c. So for this one also, that term will be there. Okay, two terms. So 2 x minus c. 2x minus c. Now here we are subtracting x minus c. We are subtracting this one divided by c minus b. X minus c divided by c minus b. And 1 minus, we will have to write 1 minus 2 x minus c divided by c minus a the whole square. And the last, after that c, we are having the 1 value constant. So you will have to remember, but if you are having very strong maths and if you want to really derive the equation, then you can read different books and then you can find out. Otherwise, my suggestion is it's not required. Okay, so you can remember the equation. and this equation will be there only for this particular question. That's it. So in the exam, only one question comes. Explain different types of standard fuzzy membership function. So in that, the fifth, sixth, seventh wala part is the curve shape. So there you will have to remember. Otherwise, till trapezoidal we can write.
So the first condition is what, sir? X is greater than.
X is great. X is less than equal to a. Sorry,
Okay. Less than equal to.
a. So the first curve, you can see this curve I'm talking about till here, right? So what you can do for this one is you can treat the final point, that is the denominator point, as what? C minus a. That means we are talking about this particular range. So the denominator term is common for remembering purpose. And from the final variable, that is x variable, you can subtract x minus a. And here the next one I'm talking about this is, so x minus c. So x minus a upon c minus a, x minus c upon c minus a, the entire range. The first one is what? 2 x minus a upon c minus a square. Second is 1 minus 2 x minus a upon c minus a square. So if we will plot the values on this, you will get S shape kind of curve. Greater than c, 1. Whether this is completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So fifth one, then sixth one, this Gaussian. Write this Gaussian function. So the equation is like this: e raised to minus 1 by 2 x minus c upon sigma, x minus c upon sigma square. E raised to minus 1 by 2 in bracket x minus c upon sigma square. So c is, you can see here, this, that is the central part, you can see. And then the b is what? Sigma. So if you increase or decrease the sigma, then this will twist or expand. Okay, so that is your sigma. So the equation is e raised to minus 1 by 2 x minus c upon sigma square. So you can give this example, you can also write with the numbers. Here you can write x. Okay, x variable is missing, you can write x.
So can you just repeat what was C and sigma?
C is the central point. Okay, if you try to project, it's coming over here as 60, but it will be 50 actually. Okay, somewhere here, let's see. And then the sigma is what? Your if you change the sigma, then your this shape, for example, if you reduce or increase, this will contract, I mean expand or contract. Okay, so this will become more peak, or this will become little bit flatter, right? And
Okay,
this
sir.
will yeah, this will be reduced and expand if you change the sigma value. So this kind of function, if you want to realize, you can there are different softwares available, or even in the Python also you can do, right? Or you can in the matplot also you can put this function, and then you can change the parameter, you can see the shapes. in fact, there will be one experiment based on this, so we'll be seeing all those functions. So whether this is completed. And today only you finish this, okay? You finish reading after the second lecture. You can relax, and then at night just sit for half an hour or 1 hour, and then just revise once. I'm sure for the problems you won't have to revise because so many times you have practiced. But two questions which I've covered. The first one, different types of fuzzy sets, and then the second one is different types of standard fuzzy membership function. Just revise today only and finish it. So whether this is completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the Bell function is there, Bell function, B-double-L, Bell function. It's similar to Gaussian, but this curve will be more flat than your Gaussian. Okay, it's a bell shape. So here we are having parameters like x, a, comma, b, comma, c, right? And the formula is like this: Bell of x, a, b, c is equal to 1 upon the entire thing is there. So 1 upon 1 plus in mod x minus c upon a whole square b, 2b, sorry, raised to 2b. 1 upon 1 plus in mod x minus a upon x minus c upon a 2b raised to 2b. So this B point is your 40, it's not 4, okay? It's 40. This is A point, B point, then central is taken 1, and then it's the formula is x comma a comma b comma c equal to 1 upon 1 plus x minus c upon a square to raised to 2b. So if we try to plot different values, okay, we will get this kind of bell shape. So basically there is a 3 kinds of curve, S curve in this, then the next one is Gaussian, and then this last one is Bell function. So for 3 curves, you will have to remember the equation. How you will write the answer? I will write the answer exactly in the same way, the way I am showing over here. Okay, you don't have to explain anything. Just you will have to draw the graph and write the limits. You will get the full marks in this. If you want, you can write. If you don't want, then it doesn't matter. What is important, the graph and this thing limits. Completed? Completed, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now how to remember all this? So write this particular statement. LTT trapped, TRAPPED, trapped briganja So LTT trapped Briganza, BRIGANZA. LTT trapped Briganza. एग्जाम में मत लिख देना उसके ऊपर आंसर शीट पे. वैसे लिख दोगे तो मेरे को समझ में आ जाएगा तुम लोग का ही पेपर है, फिर आगे फुल मार्क्स मिल जाएगा सब में तुम लोग. Okay, so for remembering purpose, LTT trapped Briganza. So with this L, there is a L function, first one, then what? T function, then triangular function, then trapped say trapezoidal function, okay? B say bell shape, G say Gaussian, and Z, ZA function, okay? ZA's function. So L function, T triangular, T say shape, then triangular, LTT, trapped, trapezoidal, B bell shape, G Gaussian, and Z, ZA function. ZA is what? ZA function. You can mark this. So you can just underline L, then T, then this trapezoidal, you can underline T, then B, G, and ZA. There was basically one organization, LTT. I don't know whether all of you remember this or not. All of you must be small at that time. And LTT was very active in Sri Lanka. Okay, and this is basically the organization which was related to assassination of Rajiv Gandhi. So I developed this thing based on that particular organization. Okay, just try to link. So LTT trapped Briganza, and their functionalities was similar to trapping someone or taking someone from here to Sri Lanka, and then basically they used to trade with the government. Okay, so this I might have developed 10 years before, I don't remember, but so that's why I wanted to tell you about this LTT. Just for remembering purpose, if you want, you can develop your own statement and you can remember, but in the answer sheet I want all the 7 standard fuzzy membership function. That's it. It's up to you how you will remember. So just see once, if you're having any doubt, you can ask me. This is a standard fuzzy membership function, L shape, T shape, triangular, then trapezoidal, Gaussian, bell shape, and ZX function. And you can, if you remember this statement, you'll be able to at least remember in all the functions. So clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think we should stop now. So this is enough for today's. Just revise these 2 questions later, and you will be able to remember this. Okay. So bye, all of you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye. Mandar, send me the attendance later.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Thank you.
Bye.